Hello, this is George from Upfish, your marketing automation expert. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at how to automate Google Ads creation for not just your company, but any brand you happen to run. So I know what you're thinking. I'm a Google Ads agency. What does this mean? It means that with the assistant that we create for every brand, so if you've watched my early videos, every time we onboard a brand, we create a specific assistant for them that's trained in their value prop docs and relevant links and all of this stuff. It means we can tell our assistant then, hey, run a campaign for this particular person in the UK to send people to this particular link, blah, 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 blah. One click, draft created. Then it's just a case of making minor edits or approving it, which is super, super useful for agencies. But also, I actually have a different automation for agencies. If you're interested in that, it's a lot more thought out. It follows actual Google ad processes. This is another product I have to reach out. This is really actually designed mainly for small people like myself who just want to run campaigns for their particular company. It really works for anybody. I'm talking too much. It's better to show you what it does, and if you like it, use it. Simple, simple. So what is going to happen here? Basically, I want to create a Google ad campaign for my company. All right. So in my brand, I have my assistant set up. I have the value prop doc and all the links, so my assistant knows what my company is all about. I also have my Google Ads number set up, so it knows which Google Ads account to set it to. So in theory, all I really need to do is come into this tab here and give it a name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's the campaign name is called Total Automations Package. So this will be my Gumroad page, where basically I have all of these automations, all of these templates available, plus one-on-one time to walk you through setting it up. If you're not interested in that, check out my school, and it's all there. If you want to do it yourself, it's very, very easy. You get all of these instructional videos, the templates, the links, instructions, blah, 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 blah. So, and it's very easy to do. But if you're very busy and you want me to do it for you, then I have that option. So let's see what happens if I want to set up a Google Ads campaign to put people there. First off, I'm going to attach it to a company brand. And I'm going to have the campaign goal. I want people who are searching for marketing and sales automation solutions to check out my package. It will handle everything for them, and I also hold their hand for personal customization. It reduces everything to 4 hours a week. Great, easy peasy. I can say as well, like 10% discount for clicking this link. And then when I add in here at the very end, my target URL, I can just create a special link with a 10% discount for the checkout. But I'm not going to do that now. It's just an example. Don't want to go into too much effort for examples. You can think of your own ideas about to make this better. Idea here though is that I just need really, really simple campaign prompts. After that, I have keywords. This is a link field. Don't need to fill it in because I don't want to choose the keywords. There's millions of them. I want to use the Google Ads API and my AI to choose the best keywords for me and to organize them into ad groups. So this part comes in later. Country string, on the other hand, I do need to add in. So what I'm going to put in here is United Kingdom. All right. So Google Ads best practices is you choose just one company for every ad group you're running. So you wouldn't run a Google Ads campaign for the UK, the US, and Canada. You'd have one for the UK, one for Canada, one for Australia or whatever. So in that case, you would just simply copy this, change it to Canada. Easy peasy. But here you have country string, then geographies. What does that mean? Why are we duplicating it? Well, it's because I'm going to wager you a bet that you have no idea what the ID is within Google Ads for United Kingdom. Because you don't just say, I want to run an ad for the United Kingdom. You say, I want to run an ad for asset 1276F2. You don't know what that is. So what I'm going to do is I say here, I want United Kingdom, and it will return me what it thinks that geography is. And then I'll just say yes or no. I have my budget, my daily budget. I'm going to put it at 10. So obviously this is dynamic, by which I mean, depending on where you're based, the currency is different. So for me, this 10 means 10 euros a day. If you're in America, it would be $10. If you're in Mozambique, it would be 10 Mozambique dollars. I don't know. That was a bad example. I don't know that currency. United Kingdom, if I was there, it'd be £10, sterling, whatever. Target CPA, again, pretty straightforward. Imagine I'm selling shoes and my shoes cost $50. No, hang on. Yeah, imagine I'm selling shoes and every shoe I sell, I make a €50 profit. I would be saying, I'd be willing to spend 25 euros for every purchase I get through Google Ads, my cost of acquisition. So for me, I'll say 50. I'd be willing to pay 50 euros if someone would then give me 2,000 or whatever. This is entirely up to you. Again, this is just the starting point. There is another automation that we'll see in another video that essentially puts all the information into an AI agent, looks at the varying success of your CPAs and budgets and campaign groups and countries and keywords, and then suggest changes for you to make. So again, super easy. And then the target URL. So again, you can put in your website. In my case, because I'm doing my full funnel automation, I'll take this particular URL and I'll say, I want all of the ads to go to this particular target URL. So what happens next? I press this button and the first part of the automation runs. What is the first part of the automation, you ask? Well, let's check it out. So here is the full automation, and it's just one. I don't have this split up into like 5 or 6. Again, for agencies, there is a multi-step one because there's certain things agencies need to do with their clients. But for most people, this one workflow works pretty well. Again, available on my school. There is a JSON plus the instructions, this video, text instructions, templates, community, if you want it there, very cheap. If you think you need help, check out my Gumroad. There's an option where I just hold your hand and walk you through it. And then if you're a big company and you just want someone to do this for you, there's an option there where I run everything for you. So I don't need to pay for any of the tools or licenses. I just do it. So what happens? A whole bunch of stuff has happened, including a Slack message. You know I love checking out my Slack. I have a message here in my Upfish instructions tab that says your Google Ads campaign is almost ready to go. Approve the keywords and geographies. What are the keywords and geographies? Well, I have a tab here called keywords. Oh my gosh. I have here automation tools, search volume 165,000, competition low, automation marketing tools, search volume 49,500, competition medium. Oh, great. So I've got 92 keywords with the competition and the search volume, and I also have geographies here. So remember, I put in United Kingdom. I didn't know what the actual resource name was here. I didn't know whether it'd be 2826 or 20339. So my automation said, oh, it could be the UK, it could be England, it could be London, it could be Northern Ireland, it could be Scotland, Wales, it could be all of this stuff. Oops, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Accidentally shut down. Reopen, close tab. Fat fingers. Do. Apologies for that. How unprofessional. But how did we get to this point? Well, the automation kicked off. So the webhook button I pressed has gone to Airtable getter record, where it's looking at my ad campaigns. And so it has retrieved the campaign we just created together. You'll notice this video is only 7 minutes long. 5 minutes of me, it's just me just saying words. It only took me 10 seconds to do this. Total automations package for the campaign name, campaign goal, campaign string, all of this stuff, country string, sorry. All right, so it's got all that information. And then obviously it's attached to my brand, Upfish. So it's got that Upfish information. It's looked at what my assistant ID is. Here I have the vector store, the ID from assistants, blah, 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 blah. And then it's gone into a router. So there's 2 stages to this. The first is to give me those keywords and countries. And then it is actually to create a draft. So the first stage here, status does not exist. If I come back into the campaigns now, you'll see that the status has changed to approve. So if I click the button again, it will go into the second branch, but I won't click it just yet. So what's happened? So the first step is we're making an API call to Google Ads to check those keywords. So basically what it's doing is it's making a call to version 18 customers, and then I've put in my Google Ads number. So it's dynamic. It takes it from the Airtable earlier and it's generating keyword ideas. Now you might be wondering, normally I click on the whole module when it shows it to you, but the problem with this is obviously my Google Ads has my developer token and my login ID, which again, if you don't know what those are, I explain those in much greater detail on my school page and the Gumroad. Basically, in order to run this on behalf of other people, you need to apply for a developer token from Google, which is super simple. It took me like 2 minutes to do. And once you have that, you have access to these extra features on behalf of other people. So imagine, again, I'm getting away from the automation stuff here. But let's just say that a company comes to me, George's haircutting company, and they say, George, we would like Upfish to run our Google Ads. Oh gosh. So then I would say, all right, great. Go into Google Ads and send me an invite to be a manager. And once I am their manager, then I can make ads on their behalf using my own API account. So again, that's basically all that you will see in the header, my login ID. Once you have that account, they give you a login ID and a developer token, but I don't want people to see that. So basically the exact same thing. Just imagine here in the URL, I'm making a post call. I have the V18 customers, and this is a mapped field to my Airtable. So when I made the call to brands, it's asking my Google Ads number. So I've mapped that in here, and this is my Google Ads number, and I'm asking it to generate keyword ideas. I want 100 of them. And the URL seed is the URL of my target URL. So again, if you remember when I was setting it up, I said, all right, here's my website. This is the page I want to do. What keywords, oops, where has it gone? Here it is. What keywords can you find based on that? So it's giving me the output. and we see the results. So again, there's a next page. I could ask for 1 million if I wanted to, but I think 100 is enough to start with for this example. Again, agency version, loads and loads of keywords. For you, it's pointless to go through a list of like 1,000. But essentially all this will do is it just give me, great keywords that are related to that page. So I don't have to think of it myself. We have automation tools. It tells me the competition, the average monthly surfaces, competition index, the bids in microns, average monthly search volume, and all of this stuff. So if I really wanted to get into it, I could map all of this, but I don't really care. All I really care about here is the actual text, what the competition is like, and the average monthly searches. So I have a little filter here that basically, first off, it goes into an iterator with the results. So those 95 results, that array gets turned into 100 bundles. And I put it through a filter to say, all right, these are the average monthly searches. So for example, 3,600. I want anything greater than 70, because imagine someone was searching for George Woodworth, there's the Brazil. They will find maybe 1-2 people searching for it a month. It's not really worth me, bidding on a keyword like that. So this is just a way of saying, all right, some of these I don't want. So bundle number 48, didn't pass it. What is bundle number 48? Bundle number 48 was automation tools for business. Not a lot of people searching for it, apparently. 50 monthly searches in the UK. I don't really care. So it comes in. What happens next is we create the record. So in my keywords tab, I have the words, I have the record ID. So this is the brand, all right, that it's attached to, the search volume, the competition. So again, in case you missed it earlier, in my keywords tab, I now have the keywords with the search volume, the competition, all of this stuff. So it creates those, and then it goes into an array aggregator to turn those 92 operations back down into 1. So basically all I'm saying is it doesn't really matter what I put in here. I just want to get from 92 to 1. And then we want to check the countries. So again, I'm going to click here instead of opening up the module because of the login ID and all of that stuff. But essentially what I'm doing now is I'm making a call. I don't even need my Google Ads number for this. Well, basically what I'm saying is I want you to suggest a geographic targeting code for the United Kingdom. So the body is location names and the name is United Kingdom. So again, remember when we were setting this up, in the ad campaign, I want to target United Kingdom, but I have no idea what that particular code is. So I say, all right, what do you think the United Kingdom is? And you'll see here, it's given me 10 options. It says one of them could be the UK. And if you want the UK, this is the resource name you need to use. Could also be this search term. It could also be, it could be England. It could be Wales. You saw them before. So again, I put them through an iterator. I create the records in my geographies tab. And then I use the array aggregator to essentially close that down from 10 operations down to 1. So again, repeating myself, but in here, in now the geographies, I can see here attached to the total automation package campaign, we have UK, England, London, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Sheffield, England, E16 England, S16. These are parts of England based on the postal code. I don't know enough about, I don't remember where that would be. East England, maybe? I don't know. Sheffield? Why does Sheffield get on there? Who cares about Sheffield? Whatever. All right, so then it sends me a Slack message. So again, in my Slack, we've already seen this. Your Google Ads campaign is good to prove the keywords and geographies. It updates the record. So in my ad campaign now, I've updated the status to approve, and I've created a record. So again, if the Slack message wasn't enough, I have this tickets tab here. I can ask my team to check it every day or whatever to say, hey, you have a ticket. Google Ads campaign is almost ready to go. Approve these keywords for Upfish. Completely unnecessary. I might get rid of this. I don't like it. I never use this, but it's good if you need a history of things. Like for me, I think the Slack message is enough, so I would just delete this ticket. So what do I do? What do I do next? Well, for the geographies, I only want to keep the UK. I don't want to keep all of these other ones, so I'm just going to delete it. Easy peasy. I'll delete all the selected records. Same goes for keywords. I'm going to scroll through this, and I'm going to assume most of this stuff. I'm going to get rid of anything that has email in it, because I think that's people searching for different stuff. So delete this record, delete this record, delete this record, delete this record, and they're all gone. So now basically I'm going to run the campaign, and those keywords I didn't want, they're not going to be there. So next I will come back into ad campaigns, and I'll press the button again. What's going to happen now? This is exciting stuff. Well, what's going to happen now is the bottom half is going to start running. So if I come into here, we can see it running together. It'd be very embarrassing if this broke for whatever reason, but I don't think it will. So the first part of it happens as before. Called the webhook. let's see what's different. So the first part starts off exactly like the top row. We're called the webhook. It's got the record ID. It looks up the campaign information, so total automations package, campaign goal, keywords in this case, geographies as well. And it's also got the company brand attached to it. So the next step is to actually look up that company brand. So we have another get record looking at the brand table. And we see here it's set to active. This is Upfish. This is the assistant ID. What changes is now it goes into create a campaign, because here in the filter, our status has been set to approved rather than blank. So the first stage is a text parser. What this does is it takes the country string we have here, United Kingdom, and it just gets rid of any weird characters. So like if you had Sao Tome and Principe or something like that, with the little squiggles, the API might not be able to function it. So what we want to do is just get rid of that. And then we set it into a tool to set a variable. So what this does is it's going to create a variable called campaign name. And it does that by taking the result of the text parser. So in this case, United Kingdom. So this is based, on Google Ads agency best practice. So you have the country, then you have that, whatever this is called, the hard line downwards, and the name of the company running the ads. So in this case, Upfish. And then the campaign name, total automations package. After that happens, we create a budget. So again, normally I would open up something to show you, but I don't want to show my login ID and all of this stuff. But it's pretty simple. We have here a post call through API, version 18, customers. This is mapped to the brand ID here we have. So this is my Google Ads ID, and I'm setting it to campaign budgets mutate. All right, so I send a body call, operations, create, name. So this is mapped to the tools output we just discussed earlier, United Kingdom, Upfish, total automations package. And then there's a 1 at the end of it because I made a mistake somewhere, because when I was testing it, I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get rid of that. Normally we just say United Kingdom, Upfish, total automations package. Then the amount in microns. So I have a formula in here. So again, remember I have a budget set to 10. What I'm doing here is I'm saying 10 into the equivalent in micros, because this is how Google does it. It does its money. So you see 10 here is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 is a million, so 10 is 10 million, delivery method standard. And then in the output, we see here, we get the resource name. So now we have a budget set up. If I come into my Google Ads here and I refresh this page for shared budgets, so this is my manager account in Google Ads. Yep, we have a budget here, daily budget now set up for 10. So this part worked. And this is the resource name for it. Can I make this bigger? Yes, I can. So we see here, we have a budget and it is called 142, blah, 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 blah. Right, what happens next is to set a campaign. So what happens here is making a call to V18 customers. Again, this is mapped to the brand customer, brand Google Ads number, 458, campaigns mutate. So I'm sending a post call to say, all right, create me a campaign. This is the name of the campaign. Again, it's taken from tools. Status paused. I can have it as active, but I don't trust technology that much. I don't want it spending my money accidentally. So it's set to paused. Advertising channel type search, because all other kinds of advertising channel types are pointless and useless for your company. So don't worry about it. We have the campaign budget. So this is mapped to the result from earlier. You see here, customers campaign budget 14223. If I click on this, body results, make this bigger, 14223. So this is mapped to the earlier section here. Maximize conversion. So my target CPA micros, 50 million or whatever. Again, in my Airtable, I had target CPA. So there's a simple formula here, basically, which is CPA times a million gives me the target CPA micros. Start date, 25/01/11. The date I'm running this is 25/01/09. So again, just as a buffer, I give it a two-day break, just in case something goes wrong and it's marked to active, then I can hopefully stop it from spending all of my money before it's too late. And then the network settings. I want it to be on Google search, obviously. Everything else is false. Here in the body results, we now have a campaign ID. So if I come into my Google Ads and I go to campaigns, you'll notice I don't run any campaigns, so there's nothing to steal here. But if I go to the overview and then I go to campaigns and I go to campaigns, we now see I have one in draft, campaigns, automation. So this one worked perfectly as well. So we can head out the way. So after we have set the campaign, it comes into an iterator. So what this does is looking at the keywords from this campaign. So again, what does that mean? In the campaign, I have all of these keywords. All right. So the iterator what it would do is it would get all of this information. So I think there was 92 results here in this array. 88 results, yeah, because I deleted some, didn't I? And then it will give me the results. So then I'm searching for the records. So here, get a record, keywords, record ID. And we see here, for example, I've got business funnel, I've got the search volume, I've got the competition, whatever. And then what I do is I take all of these 88 words and I put it in a text aggregator. So I have the source model as iterator, row separator other, separate by common, and then text is the word. So basically what I now have, all of these inputs turn into one output. Automation tools, comma, funnel marketing, comma, automation business, comma, automation marketing. And I want that in one operation because now I'm going to message my assistant. So what we do here is first call to Upfish's personal assistant. So I've mapped the assistant ID from the ID when we were searching for the brand. And I'm telling it, I'm creating a Google ad campaign. I need to create some ad group ads. So I've got my campaign and now I want, maybe like 3 ad groups or whatever. You will help me by doing the following. 1, assess my keywords. So I've got this whole big list and I'm telling it, assess them, group them into 5 categories. Each keyword should only appear in one single category. I will use these categories as ad groups to give me a brief explanation of the grouping in keywords so I can fully prepare some ad group ads for the keywords. So I create the ad groups and then once I have the ad groups, I can create the ad group ads. Output the result as a JSON, so ad group name, keyword, explanation. To do this, please consider the following. So the aims of my campaign, which was I can't remember what I put there now, but it's from the Airtable, and my desired URL, and the fact that the ads will be sent to people in this country. And then I map it to my vector store. So we can see here from the result, output result, JSON, ad groups, ad group name, marketing and sales automation, keywords, automation marketing, marketing and sales automation, sales and marketing automation tools, blah, 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 blah. Explanation, this ad group targets users looking for comprehensive marketing and sales automation solutions. Then we have sales funnel solutions, business process automation, social media and content automation, visitor and sales management. All right, so from that, it goes into a text parser. Basically what I'm doing is I'm saying find the JSON. So it gets rid of this here's blah, 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 and the stuff at the end. And we see here, it turns it into this. So now I have a JSON, I can parse it. So it goes into the parse JSON function. And now I have here ad group 1, ad group name, the keywords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus an explanation. So now I can run it through the iterator for the ad groups. So I have bundle 1, again, marketing and sales automation. Here are the keywords I want included when you create this ad group. And there's an explanation for it. So now the next stage is to set ad groups. Now you can see here, I had 5 bundles, but it has only executed this 4 times. And that is because when I was setting the ad group ads, I had an invalid argument. All right. And that is because I was probably using, if I look here in the body, a emoji. So I completely forgot to update that, but that is a part of watching progress happen. So you see this works. I made a mistake. I've got to remove this. This is probably the reason for it. The reason you will get a 400 contains an invalid argument for this hyper prohibited is either of misleading claims or unrealistic promises, which the AI or the API probably won't have had a chance to verify because this only went in 2 seconds ago. Inappropriate language or symbols, so this rocket emoji, absolutely. Or prohibited products or services, and I don't think there are any prohibited products or services here. So the other ones went through. Again, if I check this operation and I come into the body and the results, output body, yeah, no emojis, and it went through fine. So I'll update this. So again, when you pop into school, you'll have the updated version of this, which explicitly tells it to get rid of emojis. The same goes if you get this through Gumroad or Gum. If you're watching this in my school right now, the JSON you're downloading, this is all fixed. Don't worry about it. But let's take a step back away from the problem. I think it's good to see problems. It's good to learn. Good to see how you update stuff. But anyway, moving back, I have the iterator now of my ad groups, marketing and sales automation, sales funnel solutions, all of this. I want to set the ad group. So what I do, I make a call to V18 customers, followed by my Upfish's Google Ads number, ad groups mutate. And in the body, I have operations, create campaign. So I map this to the campaign that we created earlier here, set campaign. So this is the map field. And then the name here is mapped to the ad group name, marketing and sales automation. All right. Oops, where's my body? Here we go. Results, oops, body, yeah. And then type, search standard. So again, this isn't map, this is just what is best for all. So now it's created an ad group called marketing and sales automation. Again, if I come into my campaign here, I click on this. What did I say? Marketing, sales automation. Great. Ad group has been created plus the other 4. One of them didn't. And then we come into the tools function. So what happens here? Basically, I am creating a, let's click in. So basically what this does is I have an increment function. It's going up 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have an iterator, which looks at the keywords. So the keywords I have here, I have website visitor tracking. So how many were in this one? Number 1, keywords, no, website visitor tracking, was it? Visitor and sales management. 4, 3, 2. Bundle 1 operation. Automation marketing and sales automation, sales and marketing automation tools. So it's going through the iterator of the keywords within the ad group name. And then the text aggregator again basically just puts all of those together. So I have here automation. So I have these, all of these keywords. Again, I want to put them in a big list. I have no idea why I have this increment function there. I guess it was because I needed the text aggregator to not, I needed the text aggregator to aggregate, but I couldn't aggregate it to the iterator. I needed to aggregate it to something else. I put in a tools increment function and I just, so it's just a simple, how to get into this. So I have 4 operations here and basically I'm saying, all right, within these 4 operations, I have multiple bundles. So here I've got 9 bundles. I want those 9 bundles condensed into 1. So I need to aggregate the text to the iterator, but you can't aggregate an iterator very well. It's going to generate more than what you want. So I put this is just a dummy thing here to make the text aggregator work better. What this does here is it creates a text of all of the keywords for this ad group, marketing and sales automation, sales funnel solutions. And then this, very similar to what we did earlier with this GPT, it's going to happen here. What I'm telling it is I am creating now ad group ads for an ad group. So I map the assistant to my brand ID and I say, I'm creating a Google ad campaign. I need to create a dynamic ad group ads for my ad group. And I've mapped to the ad group name. So for visitor and sales management, I need some ad group ads. It includes the keywords text here. So I've mapped it in here. It will help me by constructing a JSON to post to this number. Oops, sorry, this should be dynamic as well. I guess it doesn't really matter. Put it in there anyway. So you're going to post to a JSON to this number here. To do this, I like to consider the aims of my campaign. Again, my desired URL, the people who are seeing the ad. I'd also like to pay attention to my value proposition doc. So this is the doc we created earlier on, which essentially, so anybody who hasn't seen that particular video, do I still have it open? Yes, I do. We have a value prop doc that we create that's added to our assistant, where basically it tells us what we do, who we work with, prices, important links, blah, 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 blah. So with that information, we're saying you have the assistant with all of my FAQs, my writing style, my value proposition doc, you have my campaign goal, my target URL, the people I'm talking to. Please construct a JSON for me. So what I'm saying is I want you to create an ad group and we map this to the ad group we created here. And then the ads, I want maximum headlines. So text 1, text 2, text 3, text 4, blah, 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 blah. Descriptions, path 1, path 2. And then the final URL, this should be mapped again to the campaign target URL. Sorry, I guess when I was testing this earlier, I wanted to make sure it worked properly. So I put in hard stuff. But again, if you are downloading this off of Gumroad or School or whatever, this has now been updated. It's all fine. And then just some extra instructions here. I need 15 headlines, paths, all of this stuff. All right. So we see here in the output, it has given us this JSON. Operations has given us all of the text. It goes into a text parser again, just to find the first and last curly brackets. So here we have operation 1, fallback match. All right, and then it's set the ad group ads where something has gone wrong. And one of them has gone right. So I'm sending a URL to version 18 customers, my customer ID mapped from my Airtable, ad groups mutate, body operations, create ad group, customer ad groups. So again, this has been mapped to the ad group created here. Responsive ads, descriptions, text, path 1, final URLs. It's worked fine. Again, as we see here in the ad groups, if I click on marketing and sales automation, I have these phrase matches for these keywords. Where's my ad group ads? Click on this, get head out of the way. We've got one here where it sends me to, but we can see here we have the view asset details. Yep. So automate marketing faster. We have basically everything has worked. It's been set up. it's gone exactly as we wanted it to, but I need to update this now to say don't use emojis. So I put this here. Oops, where is my instructions here? Don't use emojis or weird characters in any part of the JSON. All right, so that should fix that now. Just save this quickly. Save anyway. What happened here? Okay, save again. All right, great. So ignoring the one that went wrong, the other ones went fine. So and then it goes into an iterator where essentially I'm looking at the keywords I have from earlier. So I've created the ad group ads. Now I need to associate the keywords with those ad group ads. So I get the automation marketing, marketing, sales automation, all of this stuff. And now I'm making a call to set ad group criteria. So let's have a look. So I'm making a URL to version V18 customers. Again, this is dynamic to my Upfish's Upfish's Google Ads ID number, ad group criteria mutate, and then the body here, operations, create ad group. I map the ad group from the ad group created here. Body, and then the keyword. So this is now mapped to the iterator. Okay, automation marketing. Match type phrase. I keep phrase as a stock. You can ask if you want to customize this, you can ask your assistant to basically decide whether it's best to be broad or exact, whatever. But I think phrase is the best for getting started. And then as we see here in the body, the results, we get the ad group criteria update. So that worked. So the iterator, again, it goes through all of these 3 iterations. So I have how 9 output bundles plus another 9 plus another 9, so that's 27. So it's added 27 keywords across 3 different ad groups. Again, if I come back to this, I think we already saw this earlier. Oops. Where are the keywords? Ad groups. If I click on this, yeah, we see the keywords, phrase matches, automation marketing, marketing automation systems. So it gets added in. Then we have the array aggregator, again, to reduce this. Looking at the iterator, don't need to collect any aggregated fields. You'll see here, this is basically empty. All I want to do is get the 3 ad group campaigns. So we have ad group 1, ad group 2, ad group 3, and put it back from 27 operations back down to 3 operations. Then we have another iterator, which looks at the geographies we have here. So remember in the geographies, I deleted everything, so now it's just United Kingdom. So it looks into Airtable and it gets those records. So ad group 1, United Kingdom, ad group 2, United Kingdom, ad group 3, United Kingdom, blah, 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 blah. And it's getting the resource name. So now when I make a campaign criteria call, I make a call to V18 customers, map this again to my particular Google Ads. And in the body, I say create campaign. I map it to the campaign made from earlier. So all the way back here, set campaign. That gives me a result. I map this to this campaign. Stupid mouse, stupid big head. Where was I? Set campaign criteria, body. So I mapped that to the campaign earlier, and then the location, geo-target constant equals geo-target constants 2826, which is this, the one we get from the resource name, so straight from our Airtable. So that updates the geography that I am targeting. Then it goes for an array aggregator once again. You shouldn't have more than one geography, but if you recall, in my geographies I had here as well, like Sheffield, Wales, England, I could keep those included. So then what this will do is there will be like 9 operations here. And again, the array aggregator is just putting it back down to the iterator to say, all right, let's reduce this back to the ad group operations. There's 3 of them. Updates a record. So here in ad campaigns, I now have the status set to in progress, sends a message to Slack. Oh, I've done, this should all just be one. So if I come to Slack now, we see I have a message. You have a new Google campaign ready to go. Check the Google in the Airtable and create a record. So this is a ticket. Again, I think I might get rid of this. It just basically says approve the ad campaign. I can see here I've made a second mistake. How embarrassing in this video. I didn't want to reduce this to 3. I wanted to reduce it just to 1. So what I'll do here is I'll set bundle number. Set this to something based. Sorry about that. So what have we learned here? Well, we've learned that I can basically come into ad campaigns here, type in a campaign name, type in a country, type in a general idea of what I want to achieve, put in my budget and my CPA and my final URL, click a button, get a whole bunch of keywords and geographies pretty much immediately. Delete the geographies I don't want, delete the keywords I don't want, press the button again. And then we'll see here in Google Ads, now I have a campaign ready to go in draft mode. So I can just pop in, mark it to active. If I don't like what I see, I can just jump in, see the ad groups. Again, there should be 5 here. There's only 4 because I forgot to say no emojis. But for example, I have now an ad group called marketing and sales automation. These are the keywords it targets. And if I want to view the assets, I click on ads. And then we see here, I have ad groups for sales funnels, business process automation, marketing and sales automation. Click on this one here, and I see all of the ad groups. So again, it set everything up for me in 2 clicks. And as you can see from the quality of the ads, it's got the final URL, UK Automations Experts, Grow with Upfish, COR package cut to like to 4 hours a week, custom automation set up faster ROI. It's a good, as far as Google Ads goes, it's a perfect automations. Sorry, not a perfect automation. It's a perfect ad system to get started with. Obviously, once every week, every 2 weeks, all of this information that it's gathered goes into our Google Ads AI agent, and it also just changes to targeting, to keywords, to geographies. But to get started with, this is perfect, and it only takes like 5 seconds to run. So if you like it, please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends' friends and your family's family, which is you as well, your family friends too. Again, this is all in my school, so everything here, all the JSONs, the templates, instructions on how to become a Google developer to get this access, all there. If you need help doing it, check out my Gumroad. If you want me to do it all for you, check out the Gumroad or book a call with me. Well, I hope you like what you see. Thank you.